Last Thursday, I sat and spoke with God. I asked him why missing someone hurt so bad.
Oh.
Then I asked how many eternities it took to design the left corner of my mother's smile. I asked about pyramids and crop circles, dinosaurs and dragons. I asked him why peanut butter sandwiches always landed sticky side down. I begged for a visual representation of the Red Sea separation and asked of the scrolls of the Dead Sea's legitimization. Then I asked him why mosquitoes. After I was done, he looked at me and simply asked, where
are all the men?
Confused, I looked around and back at him and pointed at the many men around me, so the question astounded me. He was a pro at finding, so how come the profound, no profound proof of men's present presence? But again, he asked, where
are all the men?
Then I referred to athletes and actors, businessmen and billionaire bachelors, and God, with disappointment stitched into the intricacy of his life-creating voice, looked at the same souls that I had made my choice and said,
how do you spell men? I told him it's 3 letters. He chuckled and replied, we've been schooled. It's all women. He yelled how word is that the men before my time came bridged the stark contrast between right and wrong. NYU. Keep this petulant belief is beyond me. Soil, spoiled, we've raised weed, the truth is up. This crop was to be Cornell's son. Lock this generation up, I've had enough. Because out of everything in this university, I state that men have conned the continent by simply stating they are men. Educated by a poison ivy, league of extraordinary gentlemen replaced with a league of nothing specialty savage child, and where you see men, I see a sea of expired boys with hearts like
dusty toy cabinets collecting cobwebs on yesterday's lack of responsibility. I see a false sense of nobility like peasant thieves who stole crowns and pretended to be kings. He said, we're pretending to be kings. He said, we've exchanged prayers for petty pinky promise playground pledges. Pathetic. I heard that a man can call a man like it's that easy. He said it's not that easy. He asked, or rather demanded, to know how we could manage when the manual has been misplaced and mangled, manipulated. Manhood has been switched with a man-made manufactured fraction of what once was mandatory. It's like playing manhunt, looking for real men of steel among mandolines. There's nothing romantic about manhandling mannerisms to force them to match the rest of mankind. He said, you're supposed to stand out. He said, you're supposed to stand out. He said, you're supposed to stand out like medieval mansions in Midtown Manhattan. I've seen thousands of mannequins standing like stand-ins of what you're pretending to be. He said, you're pretending to be like men that seek change, being the hand that signs and puts the men in amendments, but men like this are drowned by the disease of these spineless cowards who only put the men in meningitis, pay tens, and he lie like the Mannion brothers. God's demanding, brothers, that we stop mismanaging manliness. This is not about manicures and nails left to hang and dry. This is a man that has been nailed and hung to die. We're diminishing the work of the Creator and man's son. We're defaming all the Creator of man's daughters. You think it's funny, of course. When you combine man's laughter, you get man's slaughter. Bring it back. Because Shadrach, Meshach, and I bet they go laugh at the excuses we come up with to avoid firmly facing our fears and other fires. But now we choose to stay cool. Like the Red Mango store. No, I said we choose to stay cool like the Red Mango store. His evil intention somewhere other than your dusty toy cabinet of a heart. This is what I've seen of late, man. Wait, man. You're pushing against your destiny. You can't handle the weight, man. Can't flee from fate, man. Behind every great man
is a woman. But is that man great if he has his back turned to his woman? And when a man becomes a woman like Carmen Sandiego, and mother has to raise 2 children, Dora and Diego, we don't know what daddy is, so. We don't know what daddy is, so. Come on, vámonos. Find a power by mañana, cause we peeled up like bananas. Count cost to be a man. Some of you, female. Read you like a magazine, it's all in your details. So it's no secret when I say a life of responsibility is strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. You think not? Good. God took a rib to make Eve, but for some of you it's like he took an entire backbone I don't condone. Kids being educated in this cold age. Women were to be associates, but bachelors kept mastering how to profess her as a caretaker. So at this doctorate, it's a heavy cost when it comes to giving birth. Men have maxed well over time the value of a woman's worth. And I don't believe when a woman says what she wants in a man and I can't stand her cause she lowered her standards, getting cuffed by bright lights in the way that he cop clothes suddenly patrol. Liam Jelly covering her bruised eye and they offers her cause she never heard the rights coming like Miranda. Men should serve and protect, but they swerve and project all the hate on a woman. Can you see what you do to her? Men skate past and take the highway. Woman chase like state trooper. You're going to jail now when men bust down firearms and uppercut her. So, women nowadays is left with a multiple choice. A, boy that has a weird belief in the makings of man. B, careful when addressing these hypersensitive human beings with plans to see wedding wings. When they want to go drink, gamble, and party, he gets mad, and you remind him of responsibility, that fertility in such statements could respond, and a man that will snap, you must defend yourself from drunken nights of ducking dead, dreadful demonic devices, denting your depreciated determination, because eventually you will find that he never gives it up to the above. It's like you supermen are stuck with no drive in the lowest lane. Batman, Robin, women, you two-faced jokers are the bane of our existence with persistence. I've seen men leave women with child in the flash of a Kodak. Women pursue the ring, but men see the green glow, then go for Green Lantern. So we wonder, woman, what is your perception of men?
Because we are left to marvel at what we've turned these women into. There's a Deadpool filled with fragments of souls torn to shreds like leftovers fed to rabid wolverines and other beasts, breaking and entering into locked hearts while Peter parked her feelings in the middle of the driveway with the engine running. You see guys playing hard to get is cool till you find yourself alone hanging between city skylines because it's divide, conquer, then leave proof of your disposability all over the world wide web. You know, female black widow spiders eat their males after mating, right? And that's just nature. No. See, Spider-Women have emotions too. If she didn't devour her impermanent partner, then that expert at extracting exactly what he wants to experience would leave her to expire, meaning her ex-man would have gone rogue in a cloud of smoke, jumping from room to room, then disappearing. They crawl in the night and then respawn whenever they see another chance to strike her. Then these girls are being told that they are Cyclops and too dangerous unless their eyes are kept closed. They dare devils to take them in the dark while walking around blinded from the truth. This venom can change a potential phoenix to perpetual failure that shapeshifts like Mystique to match each and every critique, waiting for the fantastic fortune of meeting her Mr. Incredible or searching for a human torch to keep her trying to find herself. But the thing is, looking for answers amongst amateurs will turn generations of females into invisible women. The problem with men always trying to be incredible or Hulk is that you lack and let emotion control you. Your priorities are torn to shreds and you focus more on politics than people. But see, it doesn't matter who captains America if you can't manage your own shit. As long as you live as if you have a disposable heart like Iron Man. You live as if you have a disposable heart as hard and cold as Iron Man. There's a thorn in the side of humanity when men's amenities are forgotten and you have the ability to enforce justice, but you intentionally hold the scales lopsided. You've only missed the target because you've benched your Hawkeye, so who's going to avenge her? Who's going to comfort Katrina and Sandy? These women can be hurricanes if we don't treasure them. Delicate as morning dewdrops, can be bitter as the outcome of broken promises, or as sweet as the syrup on the side of Mountain Dew pops. So brother, unless you do stop and think and live, it'll be far from comical when we lose ourselves between laminated pages of history.
Like, what does a broken child look like when a man isn't there to be the glue, the foundation? It's a chilly perception when son grows up and father he hate he. So he's West Indies days, disrespecting mother in the Caribbean, cause that boy meets world before he meets his own father. They think it's a game. Daughter won't console her, so wireless, they control her. Man up. No? So Mario Kart 6-4's like a Terminator, wants to be normal, but no Soul Calibur. They PlayStation's NBA, live monster, drafted by a life with irresponsibility. This is simply a world of war crafted by mere greed and pride, insecurity. So siblings smash brothers in these streets of rage, bodies stacked like Tetris. He hopscotch, drops in this ocean of life, leaves them X'd out and in a box. All because daddy won't accept his Call of Duty. Kids saying, I just want to dance with my father again, but Papa was a rolling stone getting high. It should be just the two of us building castles in the sky, but Junior's been raised by the street life. Kids here in this life, but don't know their past in existence. But your Jason's born to be the one. Tell me, how does it feel to see your seed get raised by bullets? Now he's a son of a gun. I said, how does it feel to see your seed gets raised by bullets? Now he's a son of a gun. You weren't awake to see your son rise. Now you see your son die and rest in pieces. What a forbidden puzzle, a total eclipse of the heart, like father, like son. But if father is further and son burns like sun, then that whole entire statement and belief truly done. Your investments were meant to invest, but now their eulogy is an apology that's stuck in your vest. Beat on your chest, hear this bad music to your ears. Piano keys will open up the door to despair, cause the feeling of disappointment in men I'll never trumpet. Calling angels on a saxophone, you've been ensnared by irresponsibility, stuck in your ways, get tar out of here. You are a symbol, the trombone of this musical life. Get that in your head though, your kid won't have a heartbeat without an instrumental.